Hi everyone, what's the crack? So today I'm going to talk to you about the day I spent with Daniel Priestley in Dubai when I was at a mastermind. So for those of you who aren't aware of Daniel Priestley, he is probably one of the leading business gurus in particularly the UK at the minute, even though he's actually from, I believe, originally Australia. So you may have seen him in the Diary of the CEO podcast. I think he's appeared 3 times. And he's appeared in Ali Abdaal's podcast and numerous other podcasts sort of throughout that sphere. And I know he's racked up more than 10 million views. So one of the things he also does, and he's really well known for, is his own businesses, where he has multiple 8 and 9 business figures, including Dent and Book Magic. So he really is one of these guys who's talk the talk, walk the walk, and he's actually then went and produced books to give out information as well. I've got 2 of his books here, Scorecard Marketing and Key Person of Influence. Key Person of Influence is one of my favorite books I've read in sort of business and personal branding. I read it last year and it's something I've actually used quite a lot and will continue to use it going forward. But to actually get to talk about sort of the day I spent with him. So 7-11-4 is actually originally arranged and originated from Robin Dunbar's research, which focuses on that how you can make a meaningful connection with 150 people. So what Daniel's done is he's sort of taken this research and actually really sort of updated it and applied it to business. So what he's talking about is that you have to create 7 hours of meaningful interactions, create over 11 touch points and over 4 platforms. So this is all about making strong, authentic connections with your desired audience. So the 7 hours of meaningful interaction, so this can be in various different forms. It can either be in a podcast, it can be in a book, for example, some of the ones which he's created. It can be on long form YouTube videos, and really the point of this here is that you want the person to get to know you, to really invest in you, spend the time watching the stuff you've created, watch what you're talking about and really absorb the information. It's about creating lots of genuine trust building moments, and really at the end of this here, they should feel like they know you. Really at the whole of the 7-11-4 method, they should feel like they actually, even though they haven't met you, they feel like they know you inside out, they know how you think and sort of your thoughts and everything. So the 11 touch points can be in lots of different aspects, and this is sort of one which is really about trying to make sure you're out there. So if you're thinking of your ideal customer persona, your ideal customer, you want to be touching their lives in different points. So whether you're seeing them at certain aspects on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, those type of places, even email, various different aspects. So you're popping up in your ideal customer's persona's life in various aspects. If you're running a brand, think about where your customer is going to be and how you can sort of pop in and out of their life. Very closely related to this is the 4 platforms. Now, what I've sort of really taken away from this, and sort of this is sort of something Daniel touched on there, is where is your audience spending their time? So is it Instagram? Is it Pinterest? Is it TikTok? Is it Facebook? Are they mainly podcast people, YouTube, so on? Focus on 4 main platforms where your audience is going to be, and ideally put all of your resources into those 4, or the vast majority of your resources into those 4 platforms. So again, one of the other things I think that's really important when you're thinking about the 7-11-4 method is the concept of the 1,000 true fans point. And this is something created by Kevin Kelly about the 150 meaningful sort of connection relationship. What Kevin Kelly's 1,000 true fans concept and how I believe it relates to the 7-11-4 method. It's all about how you want 1,000 true fans who become like your spokesperson, who they are the ones who are going to do the selling, the marketing for you without you almost even realizing it. Really good example to give about this is looking at influencers. Like, they're surrounding us these days, but you have some influencers who have 1 million followers, let's say, but they can't sell anything. What they're really doing is they're entertaining you. They're not informing you. They're not giving you meaningful takeaways, meaningful actions where you really trust them and feel like you know them. So, but then you'll see the influencers who maybe have 100,000 followers or 10,000 followers, but if they put out something like, let's say, for example, sunglasses or hats, they'll sell out instantly because they've built that trust. They've built those authentic people who are there as fans of that person rather than just to be maybe necessarily entertained by that person. What I would say in this, and how one of the key takeaways from the 7-11-4 method is, don't necessarily concern yourself about building a massive following. Great if you can, but really focus on and use the 7-11-4 method to create those, let's say for example, 1,000 true fans, and they will be what will help your business grow and succeed. The next one is the whole idea about the current reality of your customer and how you can help them get to what their desired reality is. So this key takeaway is really focusing on marketing, and that was really what I took away. So when you think of your customer, you're thinking about their current reality, but your customer is also thinking about their desired reality. So really where you can make them money and where you can really help them is actually helping them transition from their current reality to their desired reality. Now there's a quote here which I think is brilliant and really explains this, is pain is the distance between the current and desired reality. So really what you're looking to do is solve your customers' pain points, figure out what their pain points is that's stopping them getting to their desired reality. So if you can use your product or service to help them do that there, that's really helping your customer get to that point. Another quote which he said, which I think was really good and really shows this even more, is people who can manufacture desire are the ones who can make the money. So if you're able to show your customers their desired outcome, this real point of what they're looking for, and show them how your product or service again can get them to that point, that's why the money can be made. Now for me, one of the takeaways I took away from this is for my e-commerce company, we were showing a lot of times only one aspect of this here. So we were either showing the current reality and maybe briefly mention some of the pain points, or we were showing the desired outcome, but we weren't necessarily showing about how our product could help them overcome that. And I've noticed as soon as I've started putting that into our marketing, whether it's even just in our marketing messaging or into some videos or static images we've used, we've actually really been able to see a difference, and customers have responded a lot more. And that's been a really big game changer. So the third key takeaway, and this is something which is quite applicable to everyone, and in a sense it's generalistic, but the way it was explained and how you focused on it was really good, is focusing on needle moving tasks, the high value tasks. So a lot of people have heard of the Pareto principle about how 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. So really this here is all about what you can do to move your business forward. Everyone gets caught up in the minutiae of business. They get caught up in the little details, things they shouldn't be spending their time on. What was really preached to us, and again, one of the things I would say is there were people that were various different stages of their business. Some at this mastermind, some were dealing with hundreds of millions, some were smaller, some were at all different stages of business, but everyone took away a lot, and particularly I know a lot of people took away of focusing on high value tasks. So when you're thinking about your business, what are you doing currently? Is it moving the needle for you? Like, where are your skills lying? How can you help take your business to the next level? This is what this is all about. So for example, it might be some of the customer service, it might be some general administration tasks you're doing. Can that be outsourced? Can you get someone else to do that? And how can you get other people to do that? So the time you're spending, which is the most important time, you can focus on what really drives the business and can drive the business forward. So for me personally, what I've done is first thing in the morning, I write down what's the most important things I need to get done that day. And that's what I spend my time doing. Again, I mainly work by myself. I do outsource some stuff. So that's how I look to prioritize it. Even if it's just a one person, you can't necessarily maybe outsource some of it, Focus on the most important tasks and make sure they're getting it done. As soon as you're able to then start outsourcing some of those tasks, look to do that. So just to recap then all of what I've spoken about, the three main key takeaways which I had from spending the day with Daniel is focusing on the 7-11-4 method, using the customer's current reality and helping them get to their desired reality from either using my product or service, and then lastly, focusing on needle moving tasks. So hopefully you've got a lot from that. I know from spending the day with Daniel in Dubai, I got a lot from it. He's someone I still listen to, look up his stuff and continually read about. I think his stuff is absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure hopefully you took a lot away from this. If you could like and subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram, that would be great. It really helps us grow and we can keep producing information like this here. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.